Action. Well, let me tell you, today is a very special episode of the program because today we'll be talking with one of my personal heroes and good friends. That's Uncle Dax. I'm going to tell you, this guy has the best fucking stories imaginable. He is 77 years old now. He hasn't lost a step. Still trains every day. And he's a legend. What can I say? But let's hear it from him. This is a special segment. And that is story time. Uncle Dax. And I'll be doing more of these. I'm trying to document his great stories. So we'll try to split these up and do them from time to time. Give it a little break from the actual show. Okay? Enjoy. Here it is. Yeah, I'll tell you when to go. You can start now.
Hi, this is Dax Ferguson. I just want to relate a little instance that happened back in the 1960s. Terry Murphy and I, living in Great Falls, Montana at the time, formulated a company called Community War on Dangerous Drugs. And what prompted this was the fact that the Great Falls Police Department at that time had found actually marijuana plants growing out in front of the courthouse. Believe it or not, in front of the courthouse, they had marijuana plants growing there. And there's also a story going on at the time that a girl had done LSD and had stared up at the sun and had consequently gone blind, which was probably a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, it made a good story, and at this point in time, I spotted a chance to make some money on this thing. I mean, being an entrepreneur, which I've always been all my life, when I was a small boy, I used to sell a newspaper called The Grit, and people used to say, hey, here comes that little shit with the grit. So, and I sold seeds, and we used to steal milk bottles, which sold for 10 cents a pop, and I had a little red wagon. I'd just go along when I was about 10 years old and pick all those little deals off the doorsteps and convert them into instant cash. I was up early, like 6:30 in the morning, man, before everybody got up. So anyway, having done this and having done the deal of diving underneath the grills, the grates, and on Main Street in Wolf Point with the drunks that stumble out of the bars and drop silver dollars, 50 cents, and quarters down underneath. We go down there and pick them up, and then we go buy books or whatever, buy cheese with them, whatever. But anyway, always having been an entrepreneur, I stumbled on this deal, and I says, hey, to my friend Terry Murphy, I says, what do you say we start a community war on dangerous drugs? So at this point in time, we got some posters printed up there, 11 by 17, say this business is a participating member of the Community War on Dangerous Drugs. And we are offering a $1,000 reward for anyone providing information leading to the arrest, conviction, and incarceration of anyone selling dangerous drugs in this county. And then we got some little stamps printed up that said this business stop dangerous drugs is what it says. And for outgoing personal and or business mail, they get a few rolls of these, plus posters for the business. We had college students very eager to fight the dangerous drugs problem, going out and collecting the money on these, and here's the way it worked. For $40, you get a complete package. That would be the 11 by 17 poster and several rolls of stamps, and the proclamation that you did fight dangerous drugs in the county. And sometimes we'd have to give them two 11 by 17s as they'd ask for them. So, yeah, this went off really well. And so I think in Great Falls, Montana at that time, dating back, it's been many, many years, but I can still remember that I think we took around $10,000 out of Great Falls on this, and we did put $1,000 in escrow at the bank, and I believe at that time we went down to Billings, Montana, and sat up down there in a motel right outside the city limits of Billings here in the Heights, and we had several people working at that time, and we were only here 5 days, and it went over so big down here. I think we did $12,500 in doing this. and at that point in time, the sheriff's department came and said, I don't remember how it started, but they started to cause a little problem with us. So we said, okay, fine. So, but we put the $1,000 up in escrow anyway, and no one ever took the $1,000. And my attorney up there in Great Falls said, this is a Loctite situation, because he says, think about it, Dax. He said, if a person comes to me, if I have to defend one of these poor people, he says, hey, first thing I'm going to be saying is, you're turning them in for the reward, right? And so consequently, he says, they're going to get off. Well, I don't know about that. That's not my business. I'm not a legalese. But I mean, it was a very entertaining situation. We made national headlines with the situation, and and it was fun. I mean, we had a great time doing it, and I think we kept a lot of drugs off the market at that time. But who knows? Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Sounds good.